Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, I hope you consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I'm going to share with you how I made this adorable centerpiece for Valentine's or any special event, as well as a Valentine's door swag. The first one we're going to make is the door swag. What you're going to need is one of these yardsticks, and I spray painted mine red. While that is drying, go ahead and grab all the ribbons you like to use, any color, any design, any style. I try to stay with the reds. So I just got a whole bunch of red ribbons that I had from Christmas and that I've picked up at different local thrift stores, and as well as a leopard one that I had that I picked up at a yard sale not too long ago as well. So just get any kind of ribbons that you want and that you have, and then just cut them to size. I kind of stuck with about a 6-inch length of ribbon and just started cutting all of my ribbons that length. I love making door swags like this or any kind of wreath because you can use all the ribbons you have. This is great to use all those little extra pieces that you may have, even if it's just one or two pieces of ribbon that, you know, just that certain color or what have you, because it all combines together. As long as it's in the same color or theme, it all works together. So it's really good for you to use all those little extra ribbons you may have for any kind of wreath or swag that you may be making. So once you start cutting them, just go ahead and start piling each one of them individually. That way you know how many you have of each strip of each ribbon. If you saw my previous tutorial, you saw that I had a little mini haul where I picked up a lot of these red ribbons on the clearance in Dollar Tree now. They were 50 cents each roll of ribbons, so I picked up quite a few of these red ones, which works out because they were Christmas ribbons. That's why they were on sale. But I mean, for Valentine's, of course, you can use the red ribbons. So just go ahead and start using any color you may have or combine them. I just wanted to keep that little theme of the red, and I just wanted to add that pop of leopard in there. But again, you can use any color, pinks, whites, blacks. It's up to you, completely up to you. The one thing I can say is when you're going to make a swag like this, make sure you do have one larger ribbon. For example, I'm using this burlap red ribbon that is going to kind of be my base since it is wider and bigger. That way I can stack all the rest of the ribbons on top of this one. And it is, of course, a lot easier and a lot better if you got wire ribbon, because that way when you do tie them together and place them on your swag, when you can adjust them and fix them and decorate them different ways by twisting them and knowing that they're going to stay in place because they have that wiring in the ribbon. So here are all the colors that I'm using, all the different styles. And now what I'm going to do is grab some twist ties, and I'm going to tie about every 5 inches or so a twist tie onto my yardstick. Now this is completely optional depending on how far apart you want your ribbon to be on your door swag. Is how far apart you're going to put your twist ties, because you're going to see that once I'm done adding the twist ties 5 inches apart, you're going to see me go into the in between and add another twist tie. And that's just because I want it to look a lot fuller. So that's why I decided to add more twist ties. So again, you can just add as many twist ties as you want. I'm just kind of presetting them right now, but if you want, you can just start tying the ribbon onto the your ruler or your yardstick, and that way it will you just can do it as you go, and you don't have to worry about this but I just wanted to kind of preset them so I can know more or less where I wanted to place each one of my ribbons. So once I did that, I did flip over my yardstick and add just a little dot of glue on each one of those twist ties, just to make sure it stays in place, since I am going to put this outside. And I do live in Florida, so it's still hot here. So I wanted to make sure that everything stayed in place, even if it shrinks a little bit or what have you. With the weather change, it'll still stay in place because of that little dot of hot glue. So now the fun part starts. Once you're done adding all your twist ties onto your yardstick, basically you're going to get your base ribbon, which is the largest one that you have, and then just start stacking up all the rest of the ribbons any way you want, any pattern. You can keep them all the same pattern or just start stacking them any way you want. Then you're just going to pinch it in the middle to make a bow, and then place it right on the bottom twist tie, and then twist it your tie together to make sure that ribbon stays in place. Just twist it a few times, making sure you tighten it as you go, and then just continue doing this, adding the larger ribbon first, and then start piling and stacking each one of those different style ribbons, and then you're just going to pinch it into a bow and then place it onto your next twist tie. So everything goes really fast after you basically prep and cut all the ribbon. On each one of these, I try to just make it a slightly different pattern. So again, you can add and you can take away a ribbon on each one. You see that some of them, of the ribbons that I'm making, I don't add that leopard ribbon onto it, and then some of them I do. So again, you can just do this your own, make it your own, depending on how much of each one of the ribbons that you have, how much you're going to add on to each one of these twist ties, of course. So just continue making any pattern you like onto your yardstick. And on the very top one, what I did was I actually doubled up on all of the ribbons. So for the bottom base, I added 2 of them. Then I just started stacking up again all the variety of the ribbons, but I just wanted it to make it a little bit more fuller since it is top bow. But again, you could do it any way you like. I kind of just stacked them up, made a double, and then just tied it onto the very top. Now you are going to need a little bit extra ribbons because you are going to want to fill in once you start adjusting all the ribbons, because you will see that there's a little bit gaps in different areas. So that way that extra ribbon you can just kind of fill in that area. So you can add 1 or 2 ribbons into it, and you'll see me do that in just a minute. So just continue fluffing everything up until you like the way it looks. And if you want to start filling in the gaps, like I said, you can do it right now, or you'll see me do it as I go. So this is the way it looks once you fluff it all up. And you can cut some of the ribbons if you like. Basically just play with it until you're happy with the way it looks. And then what I decided to do was use one of the Dollar Tree signs, this beautiful heart and key sign that they had, and I just basically pulled it apart, removed any of the staples. Then I just kind of played with it and figured out where I wanted to place it on my yardstick. And then once I figured out where I wanted to place it on my swag, I just added some hot glue onto one of the bows right in the center where I was going to twist tie my key. So just add a good amount of hot glue and then just place your key there and then twist it with the twist ties as well to secure it. And then you're going to do the same thing for the heart. Kind of figure out where you want to place it. Move your bows, your ribbon, and then you're going to place glue onto the yardstick in order for your heart to stay in place. And just kind of hold on to it, make sure it stays in place until it dries for a little bit. And then you're going to see me add some glue onto one of the twist ties and then glue that onto my heart as well on the back. That way it can stay nice and secure. And then once everything's completely dry, now you're going to see me just grab and add some more of these ribbons that I just kind of pre-made with the twist tie by adding some glue and then putting it onto the yardstick to fill in all those gaps that I said that we would have. So once you grab your ribbons, again, just pinch them together, then grab your twist tie and twist it, and then make sure all those ribbons are nice and secure. And then just add a little bit of hot glue onto your yardstick or onto your bow like I'm doing right here. And then just fill in, again, all those extra spaces that you may have in between your yardsticks. And then once you're happy, again, you can adjust everything, fluff everything up, and you can leave it as is. It's good to go. But I wanted to add just a little bit extra. So what I did was I just got a little bit of these smaller ribbons that of course aren't wired. And again, I just had bits and pieces of them. And all I did was just cut them into smaller sizes just to add little pops of smaller ribbon in different areas of my swag. And I cut them about 4 inches in length. I cut them smaller than the actual ribbons that I already placed on here. Then just kind of grabbed a little bunch of them and then twisted them right on top of the bows that I already had placed onto my swag. And then once you do that, all you can do is you can leave that extra black twist ties or twist that I put on here. You can leave them as is, or you can just grab your scissors and cut those extra pieces out off of your swag, just depending on how you want the style of swag you want. To me, just by adding that little extra ribbon right on top just kind of is the topping on the icing, or how do you say, the icing on the cake. It just kind of gave it that extra pop that I was looking for. And there you have it, an adorable door swag. And this is huge. Again, it's a yardstick, so it's huge. And then they all have little openings right on top. And all I did was just grab a red ribbon and just make a knot in order for me to hang this on my door. Now for the second really easy DIY, what I did was I grabbed some mirrors from Dollar Tree. You can use the square ones, the round ones, or these octagon ones. And then all I'm going to do is flip them over. And I'm going to add some permanent glue right where each one of the mirrors meets the other mirror. And you can make this as long as you want. I'm just using 4 of the mirrors. Then what I did was I grabbed some painter sticks and I added some hot glue onto the painter sticks and glued them on to my mirrors. And this is how they attached. And I'm using this centerpiece for Valentine's, but of course you can use this centerpiece for a wedding, a special occasion, or all year round in your home, just depending on how you want to decorate it. And what I did was, once everything was nice and dry, I just gave it a really good cleaning with some Windex. And then you have an option. You could just glue on each one of these candle holders onto the center of your mirror. But since these candle holders are really unique because you can flip them over and you can put a thinner candle, or you can flip it over and add a bigger candle, or even use it as a vase. And that's what I did to mine. And you'll see how I did that right now. And this is the way the door swag looks on my door. Absolutely love the way it looks. It's just that big pop of color. And then this is the centerpiece I made. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye.